So don't get me wrong, I do enjoy some of these front page games. Most of them might be slop, but that doesn't really matter in Roblox, does it? I mean, you're looking for an enjoyable time, no matter the game's quality. It's the gameplay and experience that matters, right? Well, if you go by that logic, half of these games wouldn't even be on here, but entertainment value is, of course, very subjective. Anyway, after being on Roblox for so damn long, there's just some games with beautiful quality hidden behind everything else. So I've chosen 2 games that have heavily piqued my interest as of recent times that don't really seem to be played by the general public. Well, not as much as it used to be, of course. So let's start off with what I consider to be a peak Roblox game, Block Tales. Now, before I get some comments mentioning this, I know a decent amount of people have covered this game, including me already, but it's not really to the extent of anything grand, so I'd still consider this game to be hidden under the regular Roblox players' radar, considering the amount of players it's been having for the past few months. But anyway, Block Tales is a hidden gem. It's based on the entire late 2000s and early 2010s period of Roblox. So other than having a pretty cool art style, it actually provides a story, different ways to build your character, and just overall fun combat, even if you don't like turn-based style of fighting. If you haven't tried this game yet, please do. Yes, it's gonna be a decently short experience of around 5 hours in total for the 2 chapters that are already out right now, but it'll be 5 hours worth it. So going back on topic, another reason this game's just good is because you can really tell that the developers had a lot of passion creating this game. It's been so long in Roblox where, the developers of said game have made it with such erupting passion and care. The idea is also further pushed through since this game has no game passes yet, which is pretty rare, but there is a donation board, so I guess they gotta do what they gotta do. Block Tales just kinda feels like a fan game that isn't on Roblox for some reason. I don't know how to phrase it, but I guess it's just a whole entirely different experience. Also, the music in this game is pretty original, and it's pretty catchy. But yeah, this game is just a phenomenal, very spectacle you would barely see nowadays. So anyway, let's head into the next game, Combat Initiation. So it's a completely different game from Block Tales, but one little glance and I guess it kind of looks the same, but it is completely different based on gameplay alone. The biggest inspiration is definitely Ultra Kill, as I've shown you, as the devs have already said it themselves too. And also the early 2010s, late 2000 periods of Roblox is heavily inspired from the art style of this game, just like Block Tales, which is kind of why, they look the same. It's a wave-based PvE shooter, I guess, but it's not really since there is a lot of melee weapons, but you do kill a lot of people. It does start off pretty slow, but eventually as time goes on, you don't even know what the hell is happening on screen. Although when that hell is happening on screen, it's the peak of the game, rushing around the map, killing everything, and trying not to die at the same time. The adrenaline rush on all these type of games is great, since you gotta keep on moving, because if you don't, you die. Luckily, the game doesn't get that repetitive since you are limited to a certain amount of weapons. You get currency per wave and then you could buy new things to add to your arsenal, which I think is a lot better than the system where you have to buy weapons out of the main game itself, since you have the freedom to make any build you want, technically for free. The only purchasable items in this game are cosmetics, and I believe they're all mostly for Robux. You just need the coins after each fight. Only critique I have so far with this game is that it's pretty short, but that's fine because I think they're still frequently updating the game. It's also not a roguelite or roguelike since there isn't a skill tree from the last time I remember playing, which I think is better since you gotta start fresh every single time. Anyway, it's such a fun experience, and if you haven't played this game, please do. And do it with friends too, by the way. And I don't want to see any comments, saying you don't have friends. Just call over your imaginary childhood friend named Barry, and you're gonna have a grand old time. So with these games out of the way, let's answer the second part of the video. Why these games quote-unquote fail in the current Roblox space. And to be honest, I think it's some pretty simple answers. So the most obvious answer is that unfortunately, nobody cares. much. If you're on some parts of the internet, usually it's Roblox players being quiet. In my opinion, it isn't the entire, player base. Well, everything just kind of changes when you're looking at the front page of Roblox. More than not, you're probably questioning why there's so many people on some highly Roblox game that shouldn't be that popular. But switch your perspectives into a beta Gen Alpha. And look at it that way. Would they have the mental capacity to fully enjoy games such as Block Tales? Probably not. They prefer just AFKing some game or hatching pets for the rest of eternity. Games like Block Tales and Combat Initiation would probably go crazy on some indie platforms, since Roblox's majority doesn't really enjoy these types of games. But then again, if we go back to what I was saying, these games are majorly based on Roblox itself, so putting it up on any other type of platform would be kinda weird. Would there be more players? Maybe. But there really wouldn't be a point, since the essence of their art styles is encapsulated inside Roblox already, if that made any sense to you at all. So, if your game isn't based on Roblox, your chances are, gonna be way better. But it is pretty unfortunate that these games are just losing players by the day. It's just such a shame. So the second reason, which was entangled with the first one, is the reason of not fitting in with the categories of the games that they want to play. Well, the majority of people. These two games honestly fill a niche void in the Roblox gaming space, since one is a turn-based RPG and the other is a wave-based sort of fighting game. If you look at the front page or any games with a lot of players, the categories are vastly different. It's shooters, battleground games, roleplay, and more of what you'd probably expect Roblox to be. Especially gambling. Yeah, gambling is becoming a pretty huge thing in the Roblox space, and that's what these two games don't have. But anyway, it's not directly called gambling, because that would break the TOS rules, obviously, but it's still the same general idea. You initiate something, then there's predetermined chances, and you get something. This blueprint has been transmuted in some kind of form into a lot of these Roblox games. Almost all of them at this point. Is it a bad thing necessarily? I don't know. I play gacha games, so anything I will say will become invalidated. But I will say that as long as the item you obtain from said gambling actually has some relevance in addition to gameplay, that's fine. That's why I find most, if not all, RNG games to be devoid of anything. The most notable RNG game I played is Brainrot RNG, because it's just so fucking stupid. Okay, I'm getting a little bit off topic, but you get the gist. A thing you could take away from this little video is that if you're a soon-to-be Roblox developer who doesn't plan to make pure slop, I don't know if you should really do it on Roblox. Unless you, really want to, with a heart full of passion, then go ahead. Be my dear guest. I just think that you'll find much more success anywhere else, since the algorithm Roblox just doesn't support these type of games that are, birthed from passion. But I will be incredibly surprised if I see a game that doesn't follow the typical Roblox formulas hit the charts, because that rarely happens nowadays. But thank you for watching, and go play the games I mentioned. Keep playing slop if you want to, though. And I will get back to my monkey game. So, see ya, fellows.